Hi everyone, it's Dave Sutherland here from MYOB, and today I'm quickly just going to show you the current beta workings that we've done for STP for advanced people. So just going to log on here using my LastPass credentials and just jumping into a Australian company database. Yeah, got my payroll dashboard, and now what I'm jumping over to is the process screen. So what we will be doing is adding in a new single touch payroll area here, where a user can then create and manage batches from for STP batches from pays, as well as a new validation form. Now, the idea of the validation form is that this can be run anytime and will be the go-to place when we also find validation errors coming out of pay runs as well. So in order to do this from a manual, upon implementation of STP, just simply run the action, and then what we then do is then show the applicable errors of validation errors that would be appearing on employees, i.e., like state, or it's probably not a good example where the city is Auckland, but that's fine. But we can run through employee errors, we can then run through payer errors, etc. So making it a lot easier to actually, get a user to then validate their data. So this example here, there's a date of birth missing for this particular employee. So what we'll do is we'll then basically add in a date of birth. We click on a date. I'm just going to quickly make it way back into 1975. I think I am, yeah, 1975. So I'll save that change. And then we can also then see here that when I then go back into this form and then rerun the validation, it then continues to then pick up anything that's still outstanding. So this particular employee, again, has no address details in it. So we'll just quickly fill in some address details. And from here, you can then always, the validation can then all be checking. Now, we'll be aiming to put in the validation within the employee screen anyway, but this process is just on bulk, showing it, showing to the user how they can keep on top of their data, especially upon implementation, as well as then ongoing pay runs, etc. So going back in here, we'll then rerun the validation. As you can see here, all of that employee 43 is all done. So additionally to this screen, validating employee and employer details, we can also validate pay item liability, so the reporting side of things and their reporting groups. So in this particular case, the salary sacrifice item, one of the pay items within the system, doesn't have a reporting category for it. And then over to the side, so this one has a RESC payment report. This one here is the one that has been validated with an error. So what we'll do is we'll then just add a reporting category to this. Quite simply, we can then just add that and then save the changes. And then by saving these changes, the system will process this in any outstanding pays that could be open. And then once it's done, we then will jump back into the validation screen and then rerun it. And as you can see, it's all good. So hopefully that's given you a little bit of an understanding about the validation side of things and how we're trying to make it easier for our clients to do this important step upon implementing STP. So the next screen that I'll show is then how the system will then use to create batches for pay runs and the STP batches, and then have the workflow then to then send it through. Now this is all manual at the moment, but we are planning in future releases to then make this automated. But in this particular case, we can then jump up to the pay run ID. We can then select, and this window will only show completed pays. I then select the pay run, and then at the moment you'll see all the details here. We can then save the batch. The batch then reopens the details in the manage batch form, and within here we're going to see a lot more of information of the STP files, such as STP payment details. We're breaking it down into allowance and deduction windows, as well as the employee details, but also making a real where there is multi-entities or multi-reporting branches within the same STP file. We will then break down the details by reportable branch as well, so making it a lot easier for our clients to then reconcile with. So then right now, then for a site to then send through an STP file is then they would come up into here, select the actions, and then send the select send to ATO to then send the batch through. Now we are aiming to make this a lot more automated and have the workflow going that as soon as the pay run ends, the STP file would then be generated and then would then be sent through to the MYOB service and then on to the ATO, so making it a lot more streamlined and a lot more easier for our users to then report via the STP mechanism. So that's it for today. We are, as we continue to build out these functionalities, I will share more videos, but if you have any questions, just please reach out. Yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. Talk to you soon. Bye.